Hello, I'm Lowell Martin and this is MCC Today, your place for education news. On today's show we have Kim Rush, Tia Hall, and Tonya Wright. You're going to learn a lot, so pay attention.
We're turning the tables, rewriting the rules, letting the world know that success is not reserved for the privileged few. Every dreamer, every believer, every fighter has a chance to rise above. Together, we will find your path and change your future. No matter who you are, no matter where you come from, at Meridian Community College, you are worth it. Now is your time. Find your wings.
And we're here with the wonderful Ms. Kim Rush. How are you today?
I'm doing very well. How are you doing, Lowell?
I'm doing well.
Awesome.
Now you are very, very, very busy today.
Yes, I am. Meetings most of the day, but I'm glad to see you.
I'm glad to see you.
Yes.
Now again, your official title is?
I am the Associate Dean of Advising, Retention, and Student Success.
There you go. So 40 million things.
Yes.
But one of the things that is happening very soon is registration.
Yes, registration for our spring semester begins on Tuesday, October the 24th.
Okay, now is that for everyone?
Yes, for everyone. We are
No,
not.
well, I meant because sometimes we will open it just for current students and then, okay.
Everybody. You get admitted to MCC by October 24th. Current students as well can begin registering for classes on that day, and that also includes the holiday term,
Yes.
which I really, really want to talk about those as well.
Okay, so the holiday term,
Yes.
which begins December 10th?
13th.
13th.
Through January 8th.
Okay, because I'm
Yes.
teaching one of those
Yes,
classes.
you are. College Study Skills.
College Study Skills, yes.
Yes.
What other kinds of classes? Do you happen to know what? I mean, not all, no, but okay. Oh, she's got them.
I am ready. I am ready. We are teaching nutrition,
Okay.
AMP1 lecture and lab, Chem survey lecture and lab, Comp 1, Comp 2, public speaking, world civ, human growth, general psychology, a host of HBR classes to include health concepts, first aid CPR, athletic terminology, intermediate college algebra, stats, trig. Yes.
And College Study Skills.
Yes, college study skills, music appreciation.
Okay.
Yes.
So from...
You can't start and then not list them all.
That's true.
You'll get an email.
December 13th through January 8th.
Correct.
You can get this credit. Now, this
Correct.
credit is technically spring credit.
Correct. It does count for your spring requirements. A lot of students, what they'll do is they want to get caught up, or they want to get ahead, or they want to have a lesser load, so to speak, for the spring semester. So they'll put on one class in the holiday term, get that class done, because again, it'll be done January 8th, and then that allows you to have less, requirements for the spring semester. They'll take 4 classes in the spring.
Yeah, particularly like people in sports.
Yes.
Especially if they're going to be doing a lot in the spring, they would
correct.
try to get one out of the way.
Yes.
Okay, so that is very important to do. Now, there's nothing. All they have to do is just register and
Yes.
get and ask to get in the class or put themselves in the class.
Correct.
And they're
So
good.
they can self-register as well, but if they don't know how to self-register, of course, they can email advising, and that's advising@meridiancc.edu. Just give me your name, what class you're trying to get into, and I'll definitely go from there and email you back pretty quickly.
And then our regular spring, and I don't even know if there's a regular semester anymore.
No, not anymore.
Because, we have classes that will start in not January 8th, right? It's the week after.
Correct.
Okay. And then those will run typically your 16 weeks.
15
weeks, pardon me. And then sometimes we'll have classes that will run half of the semester.
Correct.
I teach classes that run 4 weeks.
Correct.
So, oh my goodness.
Yes. But options are good.
The options are very good.
Because I realize a lot of students will tell me, 8-week class, I can get it's fast paced, and so I kind of keep in my mind of it, and so I can get it done in 8 weeks. A wonderful thing to be able to do, to get Comp 1 done, first intensive, Comp 2 done, second intensive. You've done what your English composition requirements. How wonderful is that? Or you can do intermediate algebra, college algebra. You can mix and match whatever your needs are. So just imagine being able to get those classes done. And a lot of students also feel that they can focus better on 3 classes rather than focusing on 5 classes
Right.
over the full 15 weeks.
Right, and you've got Comp 1, you've got math. It's great to do that. You've got some of the sciences.
Yes.
Great to do. Put part 1 and then part 2.
A&P 1, A&P 2. You
Get
can
it
add
done.
if you're trying to do a nursing program. A lot of students will, if they didn't get into A&P for the fall semester, they'll hunker down and pick up A&P 1 over the holiday time, and then they're able to get A&P 2 and microbiology done over the spring the full spring semester, and they're eligible for the nursing program come March 1.
And all of these classes you can use your Pell Grant for.
Correct.
Okay. Can you use your Pell Grant for the holiday classes?
You can actually, because that's part of the spring term. Thankfully, it's not a separate financial aid. It's part of spring financial aid.
Okay.
So if you have a question, email financial aid at meridiancc.edu just to inquire. But if you have fall financial aid, then you should know your spring financial aid.
Okay. So it's a win-win every way you look
It's a
around.
win-win.
Okay. So it opens the 24th?
Correct, Tuesday.
And Tuesday the 24th, and it will be open
It'll be wide open.
until classes begin.
Yes, and so the wonderful thing about our spring semester as well is that we have so many start periods for the spring semester. So literally, if you even January you're thinking about starting class, you're thinking maybe too late, you're not too late, because we have lots of classes that start in January. We have classes start in February. We have classes start in March. I mean, we have lots of options.
Oh my gosh.
Yes.
Do you think sometimes you just look at it and go, what am I supposed to do?
I will say I used to think that way,
Okay.
because I'm old school. I'm 40. I'm very traditional.
Don't even talk to
I
me.
went to school January and got out this time or what have you. But then I recognized how that much more, the more options for classes starting and ending and shorter classes benefits our students.
I noticed with the 4-week classes that I always have students, and I always have a relatively large class.
Awesome.
And it just, I think with the 4-week, with the 8-week, with the online, with the in-class, with the hybrid.
Lots of options. Oh, yeah. Yes.
Okay.
But options are good. We like options.
Options are good.
Oh,
We
yeah.
like options,
Yes.
and the Pell Grant will pay for them.
Correct.
Goodness knows.
If you've gotten Pell Grant
If
now.
you-
I won't
if-
say now.
yes,
You-
yes,
Yeah,
yes.
I don't have Pell. I
if
don't have
you've
Pell to
gotten
give you.
Pell Grant,
Correct.
that
But
you
just
can
email,
still
get in
do
contact
this.
with financial aid, stop by financial aid, just email financial aid, and they'll let you know.
and you might not know this, and
Mm-hmm.
don't want to put you on the spot or anything, but would the holiday classes be available for dual enrollment students
So
if they should want them?
We tend not to recommend, because they are fast-paced classes.
Okay.
And again, our college is closed during that time.
That's true.
And so, not that now their instructors, of course, are working because they are teaching a class or
Yes.
what have you.
Yes.
But we try to still dual enrollment, our 16, 15, 17-year-olds away from that. But if they want to, just get in contact with Katie Barrett, and she can guide you from there.
Okay, my
Yep.
goodness. So there's no reason not to get a class.
Oh, no.
There's no reason not to come to MCC because you have so many options available.
You definitely
to
have
help
options
you.
to, and a lot of students, think about, well, I don't want to take a college algebra. I get taking a quote unquote, more challenging class over the 4-week term. But we have, college study skills available. We have some HPR classes available. So we definitely have some quote unquote less intimidating classes to take over the holiday term, which will still help you get caught up.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, listen, thank you so much for being
We're
on the
done?
show. Oh, yes.
I can talk to you all day.
I really appreciate you being on
Yes.
today.
Thank you so much.
We'll be right back.
MCC costs less and gives you more. Are you ready to jumpstart your career but don't have the time for a traditional 4-year degree? Meridian Community College can have you workforce ready in as little as 1 semester. We have workforce programs ranging from 1 semester to 2 years with experienced instructors and hands-on training that will help you gain the skills you need to succeed and start earning a paycheck sooner. Find your wings at Meridian Community College.
And we are here with the wonderful Miss Tia Hall. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Doing well. Welcome.
Thank you.
Now, you are the director of a new musical that we're having here at MCC.
The Broadway hit The Wiz.
The Wiz. I love that musical.
Yes.
I love that musical. But how did you get to be the director of The Wiz? Is this your first time directing for us?
Yes, it's my first time directing for you all. Susie and I, we've known each other for a while. We
Susie
always
Johnson.
wanted Susie Johnson.
Yes.
And we've always wanted to collaborate. And now that I'm into the directing world, I'm a director now.
Okay.
She brought me in to direct The Wiz. We decided we were trying to figure out what show would be great, bring in a more diverse community, and we landed on The Wiz, and it's my first musical I'm directing.
Okay. Now, have you been in plays and have you been on the other side of it?
Yes, I'm actually a professional theater actor.
Okay.
I'm in AEA, Actors Equity Association. So I have been backstage. I've done like every position inside of theater: directing, acting, stagehand, just sound. Like I've done a little bit of everything.
So you've directed plays before, but never a musical.
Exactly. Yes.
How is directing a musical different?
It's like
They're singing and
it's
dancing.
a play on steroids. It's
Okay.
like we're going to make everything bigger
Okay.
and better. I love stage plays, straight plays. Absolutely love them. But musical theater is a whole different world. You have to add this music into it. On top of that, they have to dance while singing. You have to create choreography.
Was it what you thought it was going to? You know, we always have an idea of what something's going to be like. Was it what you thought it would be
I was
once you got into
prepared.
it?
I feel like I was prepared because of the simple fact I've done musicals before.
Okay.
If I hadn't, I would be like, whoa, I bit off too much I can swallow. But me being in musicals and having that experience helped me out a lot with directing this.
Have you seen a lot of growth in the actors who are playing in your musical?
Yes.
Because you know sometimes they'll start out and you know they've got talent.
Yes.
But it's like, are they going to be able to bring that to the stage? Have you been impressed?
Yes, I was impressed in the auditions. I had a really hard time casting this show because of how much talent showed up. And seeing them from the beginning until now, the show has helped people not even just with their art, but also as a person. They're growing more into themselves and figuring out, because our Dorothy is 17 years old and she is amazing. And I saw her being nervous at the first rehearsal, not knowing anyone, being in her head thinking like, am I good enough to do this? And now she's walking into it and walking with that confidence. Every day she's getting more confident as Dorothy.
Do you have a favorite song in the show?
Unfortunately, my favorite song in the movie is not in the musical, which is You Can't Win, which is sung by Michael Jackson.
Okay.
So don't look for that in the musical because it's not there. But my
I always
favorite.
love the Home.
Yes, Home,
I think
the finale.
that is one of the most beautiful songs.
That is my favorite song.
Okay.
Yes, it is beautiful.
Is it? Did you have in your mind how you wanted it? How you wanted the choreography and were you able to translate that well?
Yes. So it was a process figuring it out because I am pulling from the musical, the Broadway musical, the film, The Wiz movie, and also the live performance of The Wiz with Queen Latifah and Neo, all of them in there. I was pulling from all of them, and it was challenging at first, and I finally got a vision. And once I got that, I was able to get help from choreographers and people that came in and teaching stuff. And I'm like, no, let's try it this way. Let's do this. So yes, I'm able to translate from my mind into the stage, which can be challenging and very hard to articulate sometimes, but it's working out.
Okay. Well, good.
Yeah.
Do you think that have you gotten a taste for musicals? Do you think you'd like to do another musical after this one? And I know when you're you know, when you're in something, this is your focus at the moment.
Right.
But you know, when something's a challenge and you know, once you do it and you're like, okay, I think I could do that again. I think I could, you know, try that again.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Most definitely.
Okay.
Yeah. Every time I do a project, I'm just a sponge. I'm just soaking up. Okay, this is what I can do next time. This is what not to do next time. So I'll definitely be more prepared when I do another one. But I'm down. I'm down.
Well, when will this play be shown at the? It's going to be in the McCain Theater?
Yes,
Okay.
at the McCain Theater, November 17th, 18th, and 19th.
Okay.
On the 17th and 18th, it will be at 7 p.m. And on the 19th, that Sunday, it will be a matinee show at 3 p.m.
Okay. Will we have any of the local schools or anything coming in for it? Do you know that?
I honestly don't know, but I can reach out to them and invite them personally. That's a great idea.
Okay, I was just wondering because sometimes they would, or previously they would bus, sometimes they would bus students in
Yeah.
from local schools to see it.
Okay.
I just didn't know if we still did that.
Yeah, because it's out and it's open for the public, so we haven't reached out to them individually, but I can do that.
Now, the students, the people who are in the play, do they have to be MCC students, or can they just be part of the community?
Just part of the community.
Okay.
We had, there are some students from MCC that are in the show, but a lot of people are just out in the community that have done shows here before, and sometimes a lot of people, it's their first time on stage and their first time doing a musical. So
Talk
yeah.
about.
Yeah.
You know, and I've always thought, because I cannot sing, I cannot dance. If I had any inkling of talent whatsoever, I would not be here. I would be in New York trying my best to get on stage, because I love that.
Yeah.
But darn it,
Look, I feel like everyone can do a little bit of all of it. It just takes
not this one.
a lot of work.
My kids would always go when I would sing. They'd be like, "Don't do that.
Not for you.
Just stop that." Now, how many people are in this play?
We have a cast of 47. Yes.
Was it ever intimidating, kind of trying to run herd on, or were they all there there at the same time? Or
Yes,
just-
for the most part, we've had meetings and we have at least 25 to 30 people at rehearsals sometimes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's not bad. I'm used to it.
Sure.
Yeah, it's no problem.
Well, listen, I want to thank you for being on the show today.
Thank
I really
you.
appreciate it. Now, so what are the dates again?
November 17th, 18th, and 19th. On November 17th and 18th, it will be at 7 p.m. And November 19th is a matinee show at 3 p.m.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
We'll be right back.
Not essential. Never let anyone tell you that again. Never doubt your abilities to make a difference. How do I know this about you? Because I'm a teacher. I am the one who will push you harder and farther than you could have ever imagined. Teach you things that you never thought possible. And if you will give me 100%, then I will stand shoulder to shoulder with you, and together we will change your future. MCC, find your wings.
And we are here with Miss Tonya Wright. How are you doing?
Good morning. I'm good. How are you?
Oh, it's Thursday through and through.
Almost Friday.
Almost Friday, which is
Almost
a good thing. Now, you are the program coordinator for the Cosmetology
Correct.
program, and you have been doing this for a little while now.
I have 20
Okay.
years
Oh
at
my-
MCC.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
But now, with your program, now, typically speaking, how many new students do you enroll, or do you take into your program each?
Well, we can have 40 total.
Okay. Do you only accept in the fall or fall and spring?
Fall and spring.
Okay.
So I currently have 26.
Okay.
And I will have 5 graduating, so I will be able to enroll 14 new ones for the beginning in January. 14 to 16, just depends on the numbers.
Okay. Now, what kind of prereqs do they have to get into your program?
They don't have to have any prereqs to get into cosmetology, but they do have to have their high school diploma or
Okay.
GED.
Okay.
They have to have, they need to be 17 years old,
Okay.
driver's license or an official ID, and they have to have an ACT with a composite score of 14.
Okay. So as long as they have those, you will accept them into the program.
That's correct.
Okay. Now, the program is a 2-year.
1 year.
It's a 1-year program, and they get a certificate, or they get.
They get a 1-year certificate.
Okay.
And then after school, they go and take their state board exams, and they get their Mississippi State Board of Cosmetology license.
Okay. And what will that enable them to do?
That enables them to do anything in the hair, nails, and the skin, provided it falls under the cosmetology, such as your basic facials and waxing, anything dealing with hair.
Okay. Now, do we have, because I know with with teaching certificates and things like that, sometimes we have reciprocal agreements with other states, where you can go to another state and teach. Do we do that with any other state as
We
far
do
as
not
cosmetology?
have reciprocity with any other state. If somebody with a cosmetology license in Mississippi wanted to cross over and work in another state, they would have to get in touch with their state board. And sometimes it's just paying a fee to become certified to work in that state, and sometimes they have to actually take a test.
Okay.
And sometimes they have to go back to school. It just depends on what their hour requirements are compared to Mississippi. We're 1,500, but some states require 18 or 2,000.
Now that 1,500 that is required in the
Mm-hmm.
program, that's part of that is in the classroom, and then the rest of it is
On the clinic
hands-on.
floor. Correct.
Okay.
They do some theory work. They do theory work every week from the day they start until they finish.
Okay.
They take tests weekly. They have
Yes.
final exams just like all the other students do on the main campus. But in addition to that, in the first 8 weeks of class, they work on their mannequin work to prepare them for the clinic floor.
Okay.
Then after that point, they work on the clinic floor on clients, they work on each other, they work on their mannequins, and they still continue with their theory work.
So you actually take appointments from the community.
We do. On
Okay.
Wednesdays and Thursdays, we take appointments starting at 8:30, taking our last client at 2.
Okay. And so if somebody wants to make an appointment, they just give
They
you a
can
call?
just give us a call at 601-484-8867.
Do you have a set fee?
Oh, we
that you
do
charge,
have
or
fees.
it depends on what you do, have
Well,
to do?
depending on what you're getting will depend on how much it costs, and we do have one of those price lists
Okay.
in the building as well.
Okay. Now, you said that they work with the mannequins first.
Mm-hmm.
And how long do they work with the mannequins before they go to actual?
240 hours, which is approximately about 8 weeks.
Okay.
They have to go through everything that prepares them mostly for the clinic floor to get them ready, and we also start introducing them to the state board requirements to take their test.
How nervous are they when they go from the mannequins?
They're
to the
very
real-
nervous. This week is their first week on the floor, the beginning students in August, but the group yesterday said they enjoyed it, they had fun, and once they just got their ball of nerves out, they did great.
Now you also once they do the hair for a while, and then you start with nails. Did you say that? Or?
We do nails also. We do manicures, pedicures, and we do go over artificial nails, but our main focus is manicures and pedicures.
And you also do that with the public?
We do.
Okay, okay. Do they ever have to, because in certain things that we do, they have clinical hours where they have to go places and do things. Do we ever do anything like that with cosmetology?
We can do community service as long as an instructor's with them, but they do not have to have outside hours because they're not allowed to work in the state of Mississippi in a salon without a license.
Okay, okay. So if you're with them, or if a teacher is with them, they can
Correct.
do some
Correct.
stuff.
We just have to be present, but we don't do everything. We might do a hand massage or polish nails, but we can't do anything with shampooing because they're not licensed to do that in a salon.
Okay. Now, is the job market pretty good for cosmetologists when they finish this
It
program?
is. It's hard work. There are a lot of salons in just this area here, but if you're willing to get up and go to work, even on the slow days, and just wait it out and just push through it, you can do really well in the field. You just have to be willing to work hard through it.
Okay, I was about to say money. Is there like a set standard?
Some places will pay you 60-40
Okay.
commission, but other ones are going to require booth rent anywhere from $150 to $175 a week.
Okay, so that means they'll rent their booth,
Mm-hmm.
and then they might also have to pay a certain percentage.
They normally will do only booth rent or a percentage.
Okay.
They won't generally have to do both.
Okay.
Correct.
Okay. And you say 60-40. That means they get to keep 60% of what
Correct.
they make, and the 40% goes to.
That's right, who they're working for.
Okay. Okay.
Or they can be their own boss and they can do a booth rental and just take who they want to when they want to, as long as they pay that booth rent whenever it's due.
Once they finish the year certification, can they go on to continue their education?
They can get a master's cosmetology license, which all they have to do for that is go to certified classes that state board requires for them to go to. It's like 12 hours.
Okay.
And they can do that and pay an extra fee. They can become an instructor. They can get
If they do those master classes that you said, what kind of doors would that open for them?
It just means that they have an extra certification that just your basic cosmetology student, that they go ahead and they go to classes that that shows them, the public, that they certified in getting more knowledge in the field. They
Okay.
didn't just go to school and then get behind the chair. They also went and took some special certification classes.
And then you said they could be an instructor.
You can also get your instructor license. It's 1,000 hours,
Okay.
and we do enroll
1,000?
that. 1,000. We
Yay.
enroll. I know. We enroll for that in the fall and the spring only, and
Okay.
they do have to have 6 hours of college work.
Okay.
Which are board, they have to be approved by the board. And then it's, like I said, it's a Monday through Friday program. They
Okay.
take tests, they have to teach, they have to prepare lesson plans, they have to prepare as if it's their classroom. And then they have to take a test as well.
Okay, if someone is interested in the program, who do they need to get in touch with?
They can speak with Deborah Nettles
Okay.
in advising, and then myself.
Okay. Well, listen, I want to thank you for being here.
You're welcome.
I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.
We'll be right back.
Thank you to the teachers for encouraging me when I wasn't sure where to start, for seeing my potential even when I didn't, for inspiring me to reach farther and try harder.
Thank you, MCC. You helped me change my future.
Find your wings at MCC.
On behalf of executive producers Tanisha Clark and Matt Milner, media mogul Josh Taylor, and student producer Tyler Lofton, thank you for watching. Hope you learned something. See you soon.